All right, this is Unit 2, Lesson 6. This is the last unit in the text. It's animal behavior. We are on page 150 in the text. The essential question for this lesson are, what are some different animal behaviors? By the end of this lesson, you should be able to describe some behaviors that help animals to survive and reproduce. So what is behavior? So let's look on page 152 in your text. A stimulus, such as hunger, is a type of information that causes a reaction or a change in an organism. Behavior is a set of actions that are taken by the organism in response to stimuli, which can be internal or external. The stimuli can be internal or external. An internal stimulus, such as feeling sick or feverish, comes from within an animal's body. When you get sick, your behavior can change. An external stimulus comes from outside the body. It gives animals information about their surroundings. Some behaviors develop without depending on learning or experience. These are innate behaviors. These are ones that you're born with or born knowing how to handle. Some behaviors develop through experience or by observing the actions of other animals. These are learned behaviors. These are ones that you aren't born knowing how to deal with. For example, some birds learn their songs by listening to other individuals. So what behaviors help animals survive? On page 154 in your text. To survive, animals need food and water and must be able to avoid danger. Behaviors used to find food are called foraging behaviors. All animals need food to survive. Getting enough food can take a lot of time. Animals that eat plants must find and identify the right plants. Predators are animals that eat other animals, called prey. Many animals must protect their mates, offspring, or resources, such as food, by marking a territory, an area occupied by a group or individual. Marking a territory signals others of the same species not to enter the area. For example, mammals rub the bark from trees or release chemical signals to mark their territory. Many animals must defend their food, mates, and offspring from competition. Sometimes animals will fight to defend resources. However, animals usually have behaviors that help them avoid fighting, which can be dangerous for both the winners and the losers. A common strategy to avoid the fighting is trying to look bigger. This can convince the competition to give up. Avoiding danger is important for an animal's survival. Some animals are fast and can run to escape predators. Some animals change color to blend into the environment. Some animals release toxic chemicals. Some animals trick their predators by appearing too big to eat. So what behaviors help them reproduce successfully? We're on page 156 in the text. Many bright colors and complex calls of animals are used to help find a mate. Males use a variety of behaviors to attract females, such as building eye-catching nests or bringing gifts of food. Some females participate in courtship behaviors too. For example, male and female sandhill cranes dance together and run, jump, and flap their wings. Parents help their young survive in many ways. For example, young killer whales learn to hunt by watching adults. Mother killdeer birds pretend their wings are broken to lure predators from their nest. Parents may help their young for a short time or for quite a while. Not all animals exhibit parenting behaviors. So what behaviors help animals to survive seasonal change? On page 157 in your text. Seasonal changes can make survival difficult. A change in temperature can make it hard to find food or raise young. Both daily cycles or circadian rhythms and seasonal cycles of behavior are controlled by biological clocks. A biological clock is an internal control of an animal's natural cycle. When seasonal weather changes, it makes it hard to survive. Some animals migrate. Migration is a seasonal movement from one place to another. Many kinds of invertebrates, fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals migrate. They depend on a biological clock to signal when to move. Animals that do not migrate can become inactive until seasonal conditions improve. Hibernation is a period of inactivity and decreased body temperature that some animals experience in the winter. Estivation is a period of inactivity experienced during hot and dry summers. A biological clock signals when to begin and end seasonal behaviors. So hibernation is during the cold winter, and estivation is during the hot summer. So what are some social animal behaviors? I'm on page 158 in your text. Animals have many social behaviors such as communicating, hunting, and reproductive activities. Social behaviors is a set of interactions that occur among animals of the same species. Remember, animals on the same species are the ones that can come together to reproduce. Many animals live in groups. A group of lions is called a pride. A group of geese is called a gaggle. Living in groups has advantages. A group can spot a predator more quickly than an individual can spot a predator. Groups can also coordinate hunting and foraging. Remember, foraging is searching for food. Living in a group also has its disadvantages. Individuals in groups compete for mates and food. Close contact can also spread disease. Animals communicate to influence the behavior of others. Many signals relate to danger, mating, and food. Some animals communicate by sound, sight, and touch. Some animals communicate with chemicals. Pheromones are chemicals released by one animal that affects behaviors of other animals and can signal danger. Groups that have a clear, dominant individuals have a social hierarchy. For example, wolves have a dominant male and female called the alpha pair. In a social hierarchy, individuals can sometimes fight to change their status. Some animals have a social structure determined from birth, such as a honeybee colony where one individual is the queen. The queen is the only bee that lays eggs, and her position lasts her entire life. The queen's offspring clean, feed larvae, build, and find food. A bee colony is an example of a set social structure. Several closely related insects have this type of social organization.